Hi, everybody. Recording in progress. I love that. I always love that. And welcome to Conversations with Calvin, We the Species. And in the world of my doing this, this is one. You're looking at a banana, everybody, and that's real. That's not a prop. That's Jordan Lamb as a banana, and we're going to talk all about bananas. And this is what a special kind of interview. I just said to Jordan, I'm going to do a Johnny Carson monologue, and Jordan is a preeminent member of Gen Z. And I said, I'm doing a Johnny Carson monologue, and I said, you do know Johnny Carson? He said, no, I don't. So I kind of told him Johnny Carson was one of my heroes, the king of late night comedy who did it all. But to just put things in perspective, the title of this interview on Conversation with Calvin is Jordan Lamb, semicolon, being a banana. And in parentheses, Gen Z, and that's it. So we're going to talk about all aspects of Jordan's life and his comedy, but he's not necessarily a comedian, so you can figure that out. But he's just one. We just spent almost an hour just kind of chatting and getting acquainted. And the nice thing about when we first started is Jordan said to me, and I said to him, I feel like I've known you a long time. And that is rare and precious and special in this world. So everybody, we're just going to have a lot of fun with the Jordan, who's a banana. And I'm going to throw it over to Jordan before we start chatting. If there's any kind of biographical sketch you want to throw in, you may or you may not. So welcome, Jordan.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Hi, Calvin's audience. You guys probably have kids and have a lot of jobs, but my name's Jordan Lamb. I'm a banana. I talk to people. I'm not a comedian, but people laugh at me. I'm not sure why. Or maybe I do. Maybe I'm a pathological liar. Or maybe I don't know. It's up to you, you know. So, hey Calvin, it's great to be here. What's up?
Okay, I'm so appreciative of the fact you're here. And I got to tell folks how we got here. We just spent a whole long time talking about this channel that I do and the fact that so many of the 175 interviews I've done are rather serious. And I was telling Jordan, my dream, if I could come back for another run, it would be to be a comedian, because I think that's just one of the great things to make people laugh. If I could be a comedian, but somehow in this channel, I've been taken down directions of real serious stuff. So I've never had the likes and the ingenuity and the uniqueness of Jordan as a funny guy. So I actually sought Jordan out, and when I saw him online and I saw the banana and the picture like you're seeing now, it grabbed me. So without any particular, we're just going to jump and you're going to talk.
I'm going to dive.
I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay.
So in all the things I read about you, you talk about the skill of rapping and hip hop. Define that for me.
Well, hip hop is a genre of music, just like country is a genre of music. But unlike country, hip hop is good. There is rock and roll, however you define that. That's another genre. There's pop music. There's EDM, if you like electronics. But yeah, rapping is you're basically rhyming words for at the most fundamental like definition. So are you familiar with rapping, Calvin?
I kind of stopped being really interested in music after Peter, Paul, and Mary, which I'm sure you know who that is. So there's been a gap
Right, I
in my
don't.
life. I was a
Okay.
folkie back in the '60s, and I kind of dropped away from music, sort of.
Right.
So no, I
Right.
don't know a lot about rapping, but I do know Jay-Z, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. That's the guy.
yes,
Yeah. Yes.
yes, yes,
So
I do.
you know a bit, you know. So it's
Enough,
like
enough.
imagine poetry, right? But faster.
It's, and by the
That's
way,
it.
to sit, for me to sit, because it's not my generational thing to sit and to listen, and I kind of marvel at its creativeness. But I figure I'm just too old to start with another musical genre, so let me just stick with Bob Dylan and Richie Havens and Peter Paul and Mary.
Hmm.
'Cause I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
What that means.
Yeah.
Um, the next most important question I'm going to ask you this entire session: why, Jordan, are you a banana?
I could answer this so many different ways, but I'll answer it this way.
Okay,
Imagine walking into a store and you notice something you've never seen before, something that catches your eye. Perhaps, you know, it's something that blinds you for a moment. Like you have tunnel vision, right? You look right at it, or it's like when you turn on the television and you're like, what's this? This show's actually kind of good. It blinds you like that. So that very thing that, came into my line of sight was this banana. And I feel like me and it just meshed together well. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Power Rangers, but imagine like us fusing together like an atom, and then now we can't be pulled apart, so we're just one.
okay, I got it. And that's good enough for me. Um, would you say is there a next step in your evolution of being a banana?
Yeah, going outside.
Okay,
I'm going to maybe throughout the years I'll evolve to ripe over time because
okay,
I feel like a spring chicken. I feel like feel green. Even though I might not look as green,
okay,
I'm still, I believe, not at my prime. I'm still a fledgling
okay,
to put it like that. Yeah.
okay. So you haven't. So my interpretation, my understanding, is you haven't necessarily gone outside as a banana yet.
Right. Right.
Huh.
Or I haven't talked to strangers,
Okay.
in a good way, not in a
Okay.
bad way. So
Okay. So I'm one
yeah.
of the early ones who, engaged you as a banana.
I mean, technically, no. I
Oh,
mean, this is virtual. I wouldn't consider this. Wait, I guess you could say, yeah, in my early banana phase, then yes. I'm
okay.
sorry. I apologize.
No, that's right.
It was wrong of me to just say that you were wrong when you're right when I think about it like that. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. I wrong or right. I'm
it's
so
all gray.
fascinated by this, and I'm I'm kind of playing I'm taking the serious road here, but I'm really kind of smiling hugely. Um, um, what is by the way, do you like, Jordan, do you like bananas in general?
Yes, I really like bananas. I ate one today.
Oh, okay. Very healthy, Banana, they used to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but I think it's more appropriate, a banana a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, potassium.
Yeah,
Some may consider it cannibalism, and they'd be right.
yeah.
But I I just like bananas. So they're good. Just try a banana if you like them. But banana flavored food,
Yes.
a candy, that's a pass. I'll have to pass on that.
Okay.
So, but muffins though, they're good.
Okay. Banana muffins, great.
Yeah,
But banana
lovely.
bread, great.
Yeah, great.
My
Good
wife
stuff.
makes a great
Yummy.
banana bread. Love it, love it. My granddaughter loves bananas. So, and again, that's part of our kinship
Right.
and why you're here. Um, you have a podcast. Do you want to tell us about your podcast? Um, I know the address is going to be on the contact stuff, but what is your podcast about?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So my podcast is called Jordan Mode. On there, I do the exact same thing that I'm doing here, but I talk to people. Wait, no, that is the exact same thing I'm doing. Yeah, there's nothing really different. It's just my podcast and I talk to people. It's just like Calvin here, your boy Calvin. I am also curious about things, about people, because I think you can learn anything. You can learn so much from everyone that you speak to, no matter how old they are, what generation they are, So because when I look at people, I don't look at age. I don't look at generations. I look at what can you teach me? And I have fun over there. So yeah, that's my podcast. I just talk to people as a banana.
Right, that's great. You said something very profound.
Really?
Yeah, you did. You did. You said you don't look at people's age or this, you just look at people. And Dr. King's one of my idols talked about judging people by the content of their character. That was a speech he made on August 28th, 1963, in the March on Washington. I'm throwing some heavy stuff here. I apologize, but you're on the same wavelength as Dr. King, just judging people for being
Yeah.
people, and that's pretty cool. By the way, you a happy guy?
Yeah, I also have a dream. I would say yes. I'm happy because from every conversation that I have with people, I gain enjoyment from it. I look forward to every single interaction I have with people. Because the way I see it, Calvin, is if you don't step outside of your comfort zone, you're just gonna stay stagnant. You're just gonna stay doing the same thing, and you'll be so comfortable with staying the same that at any time that you put yourself out there, you will feel crippling fear. And I think that you should look forward to every challenge because it's a way to grow yourself. So that's how I look at everything.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, let's talk to Calvin and see if we can have a great fun time. Are you having a fun time, Calvin?
I am. By the way, I am having a fun time. And like I said, I've been looking forward to this. I reached out to you, and I am having a fun time because you're unique. You know what? You're unique. And you're a banana.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you something. You're my first banana ever that I've
Wow.
sat and chatted with. And there were times over the years before I would cut up a banana,
Yeah.
put it into my Cheerios, that I felt the
Oh, wow.
urge to communicate with the banana, but
Yeah.
I never did. So
Yeah.
I'm making up for a lot of missed opportunities in my life by talking to a banana. And I'm playing this serious. I'm taking this serious. Of course, I'm laughing. I think
No, it's a good dynamic.
it's a
You
great
you
dynamic.
yeah,
We're
you're
doing
the
really well.
serious.
We
Yeah.
might be able to, you and I might be able to go on the road one day.
Yeah.
The banana and the old guy, for lack of a better, the old guy wears a hat. You have your banana on, and I have my hat on.
Yeah.
So, uh, moving on. I'm going to go off topic. I'm going to surprise you with a question.
Good
Uh,
luck.
I'd like to. I like asking this. It's an interesting question. Um, here goes. You don't have to answer it because you don't, but if you want to. So here it is. Excluding family or friends, somebody living or dead you'd like to spend a day with.
Do people actually not answer this?
Well, you'd be the first.
It's a great
I don't want
question.
to put
I mean,
pressure on you, but some people give me 2 or 3, and that's fine. There's no rules here.
okay.
No rules.
Well, I guess I'll give you 4.
Fine.
So the answers may or may not surprise you. I would like to talk to Bruce Lee,
Cool.
Alexander the Great.
Wow.
Okay, I'm at 2. This is
Yeah.
harder than I thought.
It's hard, by the way. It's hard.
Man, Kobe Bryant
Great.
and
Great. Wow.
Robin Williams.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
That's just great. By the way, that's great. Great. You know, for your podcast, this is a great question to ask, Jordan, because it becomes very insightful. I love asking. And by the way, I would in my own way, I wouldn't limit it to 4. But Bruce Lee would be on that list
Yeah.
because he fascinates me, and there's so much
I'm
that
just
is left unsaid and undone.
yeah.
Uh, so it's funny. A couple of weeks ago, I was reading something about Bruce Lee, but great answer. So moving along, even though you're not quote a comedian, do you have comedian role models these days?
These days, I feel like when you say comedian, do you mean people who do stand up?
Any kind, people who do funny things in movies, people who do stand up, people who write comedy, anybody who aspires to make somebody laugh.
I guess I looked up to Norm Macdonald.
Okay.
When I said Robin Williams, I would talk to Robin Williams, and I do kind of look up to him. And this is Jim Carrey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess those are my big 3.
Okay. And great choices. Great choices, you know, and of course, Robin Williams was such a hero of mine. I would sit and watch him do stand up, and
Yeah.
I absolutely marveled. I marveled at his brain and what he was able to. And I try to be funny, and sometimes I am funny. And one time I actually was the MC for a national sales meeting for my company, and it was themed the Academy Awards of my company. When I got up on stage and I had 500 people in the audience, captive audience, and I delivered one joke, and not one smile, and my wife was sitting in the first row, and she's telling me to go off stage. She was morbidly embarrassed. And it was at that moment, Jordan, that I realized what an art and gift to be able to make people laugh. And then watching Robin Williams do everything he did, it was just the energy, it's just incredible. So
it was like effortless.
Effortless. You just can't. It's a gift, and he was so gifted. So jumping around, I always, you know, you're Gen Z, and I love Gen Z because you guys are going to inherit the earth in whatever shape, way, or form.
Yeah, I guess.
It is. But I would just like to get insights. We briefly touched on it before you went on air. You're kind of a movie person. Do you have any favorite movies, directors, stuff?
Yeah. So I've been thinking about this question like a
Ah,
week ago,
uh-huh.
and I am proud to say that my favorite movie is my personal favorite. Okay, it's not the best, but is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
I don't know anything about it.
It's a movie about Abraham Lincoln and he hunts
Obviously,
vampires. Yeah, it's just
obviously.
it's it's
Wow.
one of those movies where it's no one's ever seen it, so I would say it's underrated, but it's like it's a popcorn flick basically. You don't think too hard about it. Abraham Lincoln probably wasn't actually killing vampires, we get it, but it's the way it's just so cool. It's directed by Tim Burton.
Oh, the
Um,
Tim Burton movie. Wow.
yeah, Tim Burton. So it was like I saw it in 2012, and that like movie just like it has a I have a soft spot for it. Like it's one of those movies where you just really love. It's nostalgic for me, and so
Wow.
I guess a couple of my favorite directors has to be I like Quentin Tarantino. I like Christopher Nolan. And these are kind of big names, I know, but like I'm trying to think of another. I don't know. But have you ever seen Elf?
Uh, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah,
Um,
Jim or Will Ferrell. Oh my
yes,
God, that's
Will
another
Ferrell.
guy. I look
Yeah,
up to that guy. He's funny. He's a
funny
funny
guy.
guy.
Funny
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. I talked to
Yes, I
him.
saw Elf a long time ago. You know what? It's funny. I love comedies. I love. I mean, we could talk for hours just on comedies and the comedies I watch. It's an art. I
Yeah.
mean, but I don't like silly. Um, maybe because
Silly stupid comedy.
yeah, I don't. I like comedies. I mean, I loved Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, just
Hmm.
brilliant, brilliant.
Did you like Dead Poet Society?
Yeah, I did. And then actually,
Okay.
I saw it a couple months ago. I did. Marvelous,
Yeah, yeah.
marvelous, marvelous movie. Um, and there's a great movie that Robin Williams is in, and I watch it all the time. You probably don't know about it. The World According to Garp.
Yeah, I don't.
No, by the way, watch it.
Okay.
World According to Garp. It's a John Irving. I think it's John Irving. A book. And Robin Williams. It's not a. It's an absurd semi comedy, but there's other stuff in it. But it's simply marvelous. And there's one scene in there that to me is one of the great scenes in the history of motion picture. Should I tell you it? I don't want to spoil it.
No, don't spoil it,
I ain't
okay?
gonna spoil it,
Because
but
I will say on air that
yeah,
I will watch. What was the movie again?
the
What was it called?
world according to Garp, Garp.
Okay, the world. I will watch the world
It's
according to Garp.
absurdly silly, serious, heavy. It's a combination of all things. There's some of the most remarkable, absurd scenes, but it's also very heavy.
Okay, okay.
Um, it's a nice, it's a nice mixture. I watch it all the time. And there's another Robin Williams a movie to watch. I'm giving you an assignment. So next time, it's
Yeah,
called
okay.
The Best of Times. It's Robin Williams. Um, uh, plays uh, he plays a banker in a town in California, and he dropped a pass when he played for his high school uh, football team, and
Yeah.
he's 10 or 15 years older, and he wants to relive that game, and he gets the game replayed. Um, and absurdly, absurdly funny. It's not a. It's kind of like Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. It's not like in the forefront. but
Okay.
very, very, I watch that, like every 2 months, I just watch it.
Yeah. Okay. What was it called?
Kurt, it's called The Best of Times. It's with Kurt Russell
Okay.
and Robin Williams. And it's just absurdly, hysterically funny with some serious, serious messages.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
funny stuff, funny stuff. All right. Let's see what else I wanted. I have my notes here. We talked about talked about role models. A little bit about you. Were you born? A little bit about your heritage. And we just talked about. Were you born? You were born here, correct?
Yeah, I was born. In Florida.
Florida. You're a Floridian. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Florida man.
Uh,
Yeah, so if you see me on the news and that Florida man is there, it
okay.
may or may not be me.
Okay. By the way, you should. I'm just giving you some advice. When you start venturing out, get yourself into some light newsy situations, dressed as you are. You might, I just think it's great to do what you do. And it's so I appreciate it because it's creative. It's a bit, you've got some guts to do that. It's not easy to do that. So just some words of advice from an older guy that when you do take that outside, when the color changes, when it does change, fruit changes colors.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they do, especially banana. Uh, I'm not a big fan of bananas when they go all the way and change and lose that beautiful yellow, distinct. And
You don't like brown ones?
no, and it's funny they get really sweeter the older they get.
Yeah, which is weird because I'm the same way. I like the young yellow bananas more.
Me too.
It's just better.
Me too. Me too. Um, so let's see. There's one. I think I want to. I want to kind of two questions, heavy questions to kind of end this particular segment. And I'm saying it right now that Jordan, come back anytime here because I think you're delightful and refreshing and unique and innovative and honest and I'm giving you all these wonderful words and a wonderful representative of Gen Z. Because you got
I represent Gen Z. Oh God.
yeah. Well, we could talk about that for a long time, but I think you're a wonderful representative because you're open to change and ideas and taking the message. I mean, I could pontificate on this for a long time, but you are wonderful, and I've interviewed lots of Gen Zs. They're my favorite group because they're the hope. They're the
Mhm.
hope. So two more two more questions.
You said they're heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Why not? What the hell,
Okay,
What the
I'm
hell?
ready.
So, before I leave this earth, I won't be happy until I blank. And you don't have to answer it. This is easygoing.
Wait, what was the question?
All right. Before I leave this earth, I won't be happy until I blank.
Oh, that was I was just waiting. I thought you were talking about yourself.
No,
I was
no,
like, okay, my bad. All right.
nope.
So before I leave this earth, I I want to. Man, there's so many things.
Great question. Do whatever you want with it. You can abstain.
No, no, no. I will not go a coward's death. I will answer
Appreciate
the question.
I appreciate
Okay.
that.
Before I leave this earth, I would like to someone to erase my internet history and maybe uncover my time capsule that I bury in the ground.
Wow.
But also, I would like to see my podcast go all the way past Joe Rogan. And, you know, I'll just be chilling on Mars.
And you could really, by the way, that could really happen to you chilling on Mars.
Yeah, it's getting deep now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's getting deep. Let's leave it at that. And finally, you know what? Let's leave it at that. There's no more. I think we've got a good picture of Jordan Lamb, an interesting picture, a diverse picture, and it's a good way to kind of end this because we could just go on, and we will. Because again, I'm reiterating, come back, Jordan, here
Yeah, for sure.
we can watch the stage of development of the banana,
Yeah.
and you and all your contact information will be here, and I want to promote you because again, I just think you've been delightful and unique. So this is a great way, and I thank you for spending the time and for accepting my little note. And you kind of made my day. It's been a good day. Rutgers football won today, which makes me a very happy guy. And now I've spent an hour with a banana.
It looks like night over there. Or is that just the lighting?
Well, it's a vampire thing, you know.
Ah, okay.
No, it's a
I get
vampire
you.
thing. I have very dark shades. By the way, you talked about Abraham Lincoln. I had 2 interviews
You
on
knew
this
him.
channel with a group of vampire writers. You might want to check out if you like vampires. I've done 2 panels with vampire writers.
Oh,
And
writers. You're saying
writers,
okay.
not
Okay.
RIDERS, but
Yeah.
WRITERS.
Okay.
Gary Hill, who's become a nice friend of mine, has a vampire publishing, and he's put together all these vampire anthologies, and I read a bunch of them.
Yeah.
When I was I was a young kid, I used to watch these vampire shows, and I'm talking about being like 10 years old, 11 years old, and my parents would go out and they would I would babysit for my 2 younger sisters, and they would go out and I'd be watching some crazy vampire movie. And I believed in the stuff then,
Uh-huh.
not necessarily now. But when my parents go out, I wanted to protect myself, so I went into my mother's spice cabinet and I pulled out a jar of garlic powder, and I opened up all the windows in the house, and I sprinkled garlic powder on all the windows to protect me. And
Yeah, of course.
when my mother came home, she says, "Gee, Calvin," and she said to my father, "You know, the house smells from garlic. Why is that?" You know, of course, when it rained, the rain washed the garlic powder away. But anyway, Jordan, that was off topic. You've been delightful. Please come back, and to be continued.